All right. This is a quickly and poorly made history of Ulysses S. Grant. I think, hold on. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. Oh, all right. Okay, so Ulysses Grant was born on April 27th, 1822, somewhere in, I don't know, the middle of, Ohio or something. Yeah, that state. He was the first of 6 children born into, some working class, borderline peasant family, and his father, skinned animals for a living, I guess. On another note, he also, I keep calling him Useless Grant as a joke, but I didn't realize he was actually bullied and called Useless Grant as a child. Okay, so now I kind of feel bad because I'm literally bullying a man after he's dead, and that's what he got bullied at as a child. As a child. Can I speak? Without saying he didn't want to be a tanner. He didn't want. That's what it's called when you skin animals, I guess. But they didn't really have the money to go to college. Do you really think they had the money to go to college? I'm just assuming everybody in the history of Ohio is poor. Yeah. Ohio is the poor state, yes. Next part is kind of interesting because apparently, he's known as a general and stuff. He didn't even want to be there. His family literally offered him up to the U.S. Army so he could get an education. They literally signed him up to the Army behind his back, and he said,
well, at least I get a free education.
Also, do you want to know why he's called Ulysses S. Grant? It's because the man couldn't even write his name correctly. He butchered it. When he was signing up for West Point, oh yeah, he went to West Point, he wrote his name Ulysses Simpson, not Ulysses Grant. He butchered his own name. He tried to have it fixed, but he screwed up, so now they just call him Ulysses S. Grant. So literally the S means nothing. It's not even actually part of his name. It's just his own stupid mistake. There's no way to put it. The guy was just an idiot, I guess.
Our channels, Union boys will win the...
So, Grant's time in the Army is interesting because he served in the Spanish-American War, which was sometime in the 1840s, I think. And, but after that, he, immediately got out because, I don't know, he just didn't like the Army. He actually, went up the ranks a little bit. He was he resigned in 1843 because he just wanted to spend time with his family. And he had 4 kids at this point. But they were very, broke. Broke. Like I said, he's from Ohio. Ohio people are broke. So is he. For about 7 years. Then the Civil War happened. Then he joined the Union Army. And now, he has a few successful campaigns, such as the Vicksburg campaign, where he took over the Mississippi River, and his victory at Chattanooga. Abraham Lincoln upgraded him and made him in charge of everything. So it was him against General Lee. Oh, you can always count on me, the General Lee. Hold on, product placement. Yeah. Buy McDonald's. Oh, anyways, he wins. He beat the General Lee. But, yeah, he resigned. Then Lincoln's assassinated. Next president comes into office, and they all upgraded him. They loved him. He was a war hero, and he was promoted to general of the entire army, the entire United States Army. And him and the new president, Andrew Johnson, bickered and argued about stuff. I didn't even know that Andrew Johnson tried to veto the Reconstitution Act, which would give the freed slaves rights. I didn't know he tried to do that. I think from the article that I'm getting, that's what I think it's saying. And that is extremely messed up, but he had enough power to where Grant was just like, nah. And he enforced it. he enforced it to make sure that law passed. So the whole point of the war would still be valid. See, I can't believe he tried to veto that. Wow, Johnson. Alright, now this is where things get interesting. The presidency. The reason why we're even talking about him. Ulysses S. Grant is the 16th president of the... I think so. 16th president. It doesn't matter. I'm going to overdub if I get it wrong. Due to his war hero, like the fact that they considered him a war hero and his service, yeah, he went for the Republican Party and he won it. He won it in a landslide. They love their war heroes. Oh, yeah. What was it? Andrew Jackson, also a war hero, even though the war he fought was already over when he won the famous battle that made him famous. But I'm not here to talk about Andrew Jackson. I'm here to talk about Ulysses S. Grant. He won the Republican Party. I have no clue who he went against, but he won the presidency in 1868. And as president, you know, he was trying to help with the post-war economy, something that his predecessor kind of did a bad job at. The previous president was kind of a crappy president, I'll be honest, but I'd call Grant a mediocre president. He did some good things. He created the Department of Justice. He absolutely attacked and lampooned the idiots that are the Ku Klux Klan. He thought they were stupid. He appointed many African Americans and other people of other cultures and minorities into high offices. He was very in support of that. When it came to his re-election, people were like, he's great. Re-elect him. He got re-elected in a landslide. And albeit but by the time his presidency came around, as happens with a lot of politicians, whenever an economic recession happens, they're the ones to blame. So he didn't get reelected. The Democrats easily won when he went around for his third term. This was before there was a cap at 2. And that was the end of his presidency. He tried to go for another third term in 1880, but he wasn't even close. Nobody wanted him back. But when he retired from the presidency, he went on a tour around the world, kind of being he was one of the first presidents to do this. And he lived out the rest of his life, which was actually good. Okay, after that point where he reelected, he only lived 5 more years. He died of throat cancer. I don't know. He in retrospect, he was a pretty alright military leader. And you have to call him a great military leader. Not an alright one, because he won the Civil War. And I'd say, at the time, people didn't really like him, but historically, I'd say his image is kind of improved. But, he was very good with the way he handled minorities. He protected African Americans and Indians, sort of. I don't know about the Indians part, but I know he really did a lot of good things for the African American community at the time. One of the other things he did, he also created Yellowstone, which was one of the, if not the first national parks. So that is the life and times of useless, not so actually useless, Ulysses Grant. Alright, in the closing moments of this video, I want to put my sources up on the screen somewhere right here, because I can edit that, because I'm magic. I'm a little magic man, and it's the power of editing. And I want to say, I don't know if I did this project right. I really tried hard. If I got facts wrong or said something wrong, I'm so sorry. Okay.